Hello and welcome to the SAP Fiori training session. In the upcoming sessions, we would be introducing you to SAP Fiori and its various components. We would be discussing about the various advantages of SAP Fiori and what are the various applications that can be used within your organization. So over the past one and a half year, there has been a lot of buzz in the market since SAP Fiori was introduced. What is the reason behind this buzz? To start with, SAP Fiori is the new user experience for SAP software. When I say user experience, it means that it's not restricted to the 350 plus to 400 applications that SAP has introduced under Fiori, but it also means that SAP has come up with this wonderful design concept which it would be using in any upcoming applications. SAP Fiori applies the modern design principles for a completely reimagined user experience. SAP provides the best ERP solutions across industries and across business processes. It provides the user with all the features that it needs, all the variety of data, various ways of accessing it. But at the end of the day, is the user happy with the way he accesses that data with those boring yellow and gray screens? For example, say a user wants to create a sales order. There are a lot of tabs available to provide the user to enter details with respect to various options within the sales order. But are those options required for each and every customer? It is possible that one customer doesn't really need all that options on a screen. Today's customer wants his information on the go. At the same time, he doesn't want to compromise the security and the data that he requires for his applications. This is what SAP plans to achieve with the SAP Fiori UX. SAP Fiori UX represents a personalized, responsive, and simple user experience across devices and deployment options. That means the user can have his data on the go. It is now not restricted to a desktop or a laptop or a mobile device or a tablet. A user can have his data wherever he wants. There are scenarios wherein, say, a CEO of a company would require just minimalistic information with respect to certain approval processes. He doesn't need all the complex data. He would like to get the appropriate information within his inbox or a smartphone and would like to approve or reject it right from his office or on the go. All these can be achieved with the help of SAP Fiori applications. SAP Fiori was introduced almost a year and a half away with just 25 applications. These applications were across different SAP modules. For example, applications for sales representatives like sales order creations, sales order tracking. Applications for managers like approval apps, leave approval apps, shopping cart approval apps. There were applications for employees like leave creation, timesheet creation. So Fiori was started at a very small level with just 25 apps introduced for its customers. But over the past 1.5 years, it has grown to 360 plus to 400 role-based applications. And it is still growing. These applications are now across SAP Business Suites. CRM, SRM, ECC. And the most important thing that SAP declared was that SAP Fiori and SAP Screen Personas are available as part of the standard SAP license. That means the customer doesn't really have to pay extra for using SAP Fiori. So as we go ahead in the upcoming sessions, we would be giving you an overview of, details of everything and anything about SAP Fiori. Moving on to the Fiori UX strategy. So Fiori is part of the SAP's UX strategy, which spans across 3 modules, that is new, renew, and enable. The SAP user experience strategy is aimed at bringing great products to our customers using the principles of design thinking, and they maintain their core values of listening to their customers' needs and quickly incorporating their feedback into SAP products. So across these 3 areas, that is new, renew, and enable, SAP plans to provide the customer all possible options. When we say new, that means they would be using the latest UX strategy in all their upcoming application. They plan to develop consumer-grade applications because that is the need of the hour. People want the best applications at the palm of their hand, and they need all the appropriate data available. Renew is where the SAP Fiori exists in the SAP UX strategy. It aims at providing, or rather improving, the existing applications for the most commonly used business scenarios. So Fiori picks up all the basic scenarios which are most commonly used within different business processes and tends to renew them and provide them in this amazing new look and different accesses. In the end, they have enable, where they tend to enable the customers by providing them appropriate tools for customizing their SAP screens, allowing them to change the look and feel of the plain SAP transactions, SAP ECC transactions. SAP Personas was introduced along with SAP Fiori to take care of the enablement of the customers. SAP Screen Personas allows the user to customize the standard SAP ECC transactions by removing the components which are not important or are not being used by the customer, by changing the color and font size and adding new buttons, or even combining an end-to-end business flow together on a single screen. So SAP's new UX strategy spans over these 3 areas, new, renew, and enable, that tend to make the best out of the SAP software for its customers. Before we move on to the agenda for the coming sessions, I would like to introduce you to the various application types that Fiori has. SAP Fiori is now spread over 3 application types, that is transaction apps, fact sheets apps, and analytical apps. Initially, the 25 applications that were introduced were only corresponding to transactional apps. Transactional apps let you perform the transaction tasks, such as creating a leave request for an employee. They represent simplified views and interaction with existing business processes and solutions. They can run on any database, and there's no restriction on using a HANA database for using transaction apps. Next is the fact sheets apps. These apps display contextual information and key facts about central objects using your business operations. So from a fact sheet area, you can drill down into its details. And you can also navigate from one fact sheet to its related other fact sheets. Also, from a document fact sheet, you can access the backend system to display document details or to edit the document SAP GUI or WebPrint Pro. Fact sheets run only on SAP HANA database and require an ABAP stack. They cannot be ported to the SAP HANA Live architecture. The third type of apps are the analytical apps. These apps let you get a role-based insight into real-time operations of your business by collecting and displaying key figures directly in your browsers. Analytical apps combine the data and analytical power of SAP HANA with integration and interface components of SAP Business Suites. Analytical apps also run only on SAP HANA database following the SAP HANA Live architecture using virtual data models. So as we go ahead in the upcoming sections, we will provide you further details of what distinguishes each of these applications, what are the requirements of these applications, and how can you make the best use of it. Moving on to the agenda of this training. This training provides you an end-to-end in-depth detail of everything that is associated with SAP Fiori. We would be starting with an overview of the SAP Fiori solution, wherein we'll introduce you to what is SAP Fiori and what are the advantages of SAP Fiori, followed by the SAP UX strategy, concentrating again on SAP Fiori. We would also give you an introduction to the SAP Fiori apps, the transaction, analytical, and fact sheets apps, and explain the different architectures required for each of these applications. We would give you an overview of the role of SAP UI5 and SAP Fiori. So as Fiori is an end-to-end solution wherein you can access various applications by a browser within any of your devices. So the front end of Fiori is developed in SAP UI5. We would be introducing what is the role of SAP UI5. Then we will be talking in detail about SAP NetWeaver Gateway. SAP NetWeaver Gateway forms the heart of Fiori applications, which allows you to connect your backend system and expose your data to a consumer. Within the gateway, we will be talking about the various deployment options for the gateway. We would introduce you to REST and OData protocol. We would be talking about the various query operations within OData services. We'll introduce you with the data modeling basics, talking about the entity data model, discussing what is an entity, what is an entity type, what is an association, what is navigation, how are they different, and how do we use them in an OData service. Once we are aware of all these features which form an OData service, we will be creating or explaining you what is SAP NetWeaver Gateway Service Builder, the standard SAP transaction that is used for creation of OData services. We would be providing you details of what are the various methods of creating an OData service via the SEGW transaction. Then we will be talking about a very important concept of security within the SAP NetWeaver Gateway system. What are the various aspects? Followed by the support of multiple backend systems provided by the SAP NetWeaver Gateway by providing a multiple origin, composition, and routing capability. So Gateway allows you to connect to various SAP backend business suites and expose data via a single gateway box. We'll be talking about this in detail as we move ahead in the upcoming sessions. Once we're done with the gateway, we would be discussing about the various steps involved while configuration of a Fiori application. What are the requirements with respect to each of the application? And what are the various steps depending upon the application types? You'll be discussing about the Launchpad and its various functions. How can you add applications to the Launchpad? What are the various components of the Launchpad? So Launchpad is the entry point for any Fiori applications, and what applications you see on the Launchpad depend upon certain roles that have been assigned to you. That restricts the application that can be used, that can be viewed by an end user. We'll be going into details of this as we go ahead. Then we will be talking about the SAP Fiori security, the basic features of security, keeping SAP Fiori in mind, and what are the various methods with which the end user can use to achieve the security. Then we'll be talking about the installation and overview tasks for configuring the transactional apps. There are a lot of steps involved for installing and configuring an application, but once installed and configured, these apps are ready to use. Then we'll introduce you to the Theme Designer. Theme Designer is an amazing tool which allows you to change the look and feel of your Fiori applications by providing a tool which is very simple to use. You can go ahead and change the background of your Launchpad. You can go ahead and change the color of your icons. You can change the font color. You can change the font size at various expertise level. We'll then introduce you to the end-to-end data flow, which tells you how does the process start in Fiori and how do you connect the different dots. How does the user enter data and what are the various methods and classes and services via which it goes to the backend and fetches the data back. We would be also giving you an overview of business workflows, because workflows form a very important part of any SAP business process. And Fiori allows you to use your existing business workflows within your Fiori applications. So you can develop your custom applications, you can develop your custom workflow scenarios via the approved request applications, which allow you to expose your business workflows into Fiori. In the end, we will be talking about a very important topic, that is extensibility overview of Fiori application. So SAP has come up with these 400 applications, but it is not necessary that each application would fulfill your requirement the way you want it to be. There might be some customization you would require, say in the look and feel of the application or in the business logic of the application. So SAP has provided a lot of tools which can be used to customize your application or extend your applications. It has provided different extension points to customize your front end within SAP UI5 or to customize your backend in the OData service. There are different tools for different type of applications, transactional apps, analytical apps, and fact sheets app. We would be giving you an overview of all these methods and tools available for extending SAP Fiori applications. So this is the agenda for the entire training. I would just like to give you an overview or a demo of how the SAP Fiori apps look like and what is SAP Fiori. So this is an SAP Fiori Launchpad. SAP Fiori Launchpad allows you to access the different Fiori applications. And whatever apps you see over here are depending upon the roles that have been assigned to you. SAP Fiori Launchpad has different components. It has groups and catalogs. So each group, for example, the cost manager group, the employee HCM group, the manager HCM group, ideally is used to group all the applications with a similar business process together. So for example, an employee can access the My Leave Request application, the My Pay Stub application, the My Benefits application, and the My Timesheet application. While the manager can access all the approval applications like Approve Leave Request, Approve Timesheets. So this is how the My Leave Request application looks like. You can select the type of leave that you would like to take. You can select the days as simply as clicking the first and the last date of your leave. Once you select your leave, you can provide a note and click on Send. This would send your leave for approval to the assigned manager, utilizing the business workflow process. So over here I see an error message because my quota has already been used for the leave type sickness. I'll try and do it with a different leave type. Here my leave has been selected for 2 days starting 17 ending on 18. It's a paid leave type and will be sent to my manager Wilma Sohn. Click on OK to send the leave request. So you get a success message that your leave request was sent to the manager. The history of all the leave requests that you have created is available within the application. The status is sent. Once the manager approves, the status will be changed. You have the note also available within the application. You can change your leave request from here. Say this was 12 to 13, I can change it to 3rd to 4th. And send it back to my manager. Going back to the history, my leave application has been changed. I can also withdraw a leave application by merely clicking on this button and saying OK. So as you can see, this has made the leave creation process very simple. Now if I log into the SAP Fiori system, the backend system, we know that to create leave, we go to transaction PA30. I'll just log into my Fiori system. So this is how the transaction PA30 looks like, wherein you have details of all the personal numbers assigned to relevant users. So say I select a user. This is how the SAP screen looks like with all the info types representing the data of the employee. If you have to create a leave, you can go to the You can navigate to the leave info type. This allows you to create the absence quotas. So here I can create the quota for an employee. So once the quota is created, you can provide the info type for leave creation 2001 and you can click on create to create a leave request. You can provide the leave type, and click on create. Here you can give the time, start time, end time, and the absence hours. So this is how the leave creation process is within an SAP system, SAP ECC system. But if you will see the difference between the SAP screens and the process and the leave creation process within the Fiori application. So the Fiori application provide the more user-friendly and easy-to-use process, which also reduces the learning gap between the end user and the SAP system. So this is how wonderful SAP Fiori makes the normal business processes and provides the end user a very simple, cohesive and responsive application. So something very important with SAP Fiori is that the applications are responsive. That means they are not device specific. So over here I'll just show you. This is I'm just now accessing my application via a desktop. So if the size changes, the application adapts itself. The arrangement changes, the size of the tiles changes. So that means my applications are responsive. It would not change how my applications are when they are from a device. They would still follow the same concept, the same design, but they would adapt to the device from which I'm accessing those applications. So this is the beauty of SAP Fiori applications, and as we go ahead, we will introduce to the various features and the various applications that you can use within the SAP Fiori.